Okay, let's try that out now. Okay, see if that's better. I just closed it out and reopened it again. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, it's a wonder cure to close out the browser window and then reopen it again. Always works. All right, well, welcome to Saturday night. The rain is, of course, once again picking up here. That's all it knows how to do. I'm trying to figure out why I was going to go next Monday to Vegas instead of Sunday. I can't remember. I think I forgot something I'm supposed to do or something. Maybe I mentioned something on the chat. Holy smoke, it's coming down. Anybody remember what the hell that was next Sunday or whatever? I don't know. I don't have any date. Hello, Naomi. It's absolutely pouring here. It's Scrooged. You'll love it. Yeah, it looks like this community kind of group thing really failed over here. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. It looks like it went tits up. Man, these are the nights it's very easy to hit somebody in the road. You know, tweaker running out or something. All of a sudden, some zombie runs down the road, and you took him out. It's going to be a lot of paperwork. It's going to be a long night of paperwork. Well, I got you beat, Emmanuel. You're never nice. How about that? You've never come in here and said one decent thing. I don't think it's in your composition. So that makes you a full-time douche and me a part-time. But you got to live with it, not me. You never uplifted anything except your own wiener. Big tell. Men grabbing their own wieners. And just like that, the rain just like stops. Weird. What the hell it is? Just hit these weird little pockets here. Anyway, we can enjoy the last of the Christmas lights here. There's Bike Boy. I guess we almost knocked him off of his bike again. A lot of people I've noticed these days do keep their, they do tend to keep their lights up. I don't know what's wrong with this road. I don't know what this dude's doing. He's going like 3 miles an hour here. Okay, bro, what are we doing? Okay, there we go. We got it. Skilly bop bop biddy 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 boo. Boo ba doo ba doo boo boo ba doo ba doo boo boo ba doo boo 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 ba doo ba doo boo ba doo ba doo boo ba doo ba doo boo boo doo 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 doo. Here we go. Let's be careful. A lot of people on bikes whizzing around here. A lot of people. I'll say hi to everybody once I get situated here. I'm driving between alternating downpours. Yeah, I can't remember what I had next Sunday that prevented me from going next Sunday to Vegas instead of, I was going to go Monday. I don't know I can't remember what the hell it was. I don't remember. Maybe one of you remembers me babbling about it or whatever. Because we love him, we love him. Well, it's like the defense, the Secretary of War said, F around and find out. That was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. Sometimes these tops, you could burn your balls off on these cups. Top comes off. All right. Let's see, Catherine. We got Tara here. Hey, Tara. How are you? Judy, Shimei. Not sure if Ronnie's here. Magda's here. Naomi. I don't know if it can be that exciting. That is one is only. It gets me into the sunshine. Hey, Scottish. Follow up to my earlier today. It doesn't look like those connectors are going to be delivered till the 28th of January. So just please be patient, and you will be happy. As far as whether I support the president or not, the answer by now should be pretty clear. I said whoever sits in that seat as the president, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Socialist, whatever, will have my support. And that has never changed. You know, that's the one side of the message. The other side of the message is, you know, you break it, now you own it. So, right? So you kind of have a job ahead of you. But I think a lot of the Venezuelan people had it with the shitty way they were living and all that down there. So that's a big plus. That's a huge plus. We're supposed to be, you know, the voice of democracy. I still believe that the Monroe Doctrine is in full force. I believe we can exercise power in our hemisphere, as we have done since 1820 or whatever. So, you know, my question is how they ever allowed a guy like that to get to grab the reins of power to begin with. Those people suffered mightily over the years. But anyway, I'm gonna go. There was supposed to be an emergency protest. I don't know where Corky was. I was thinking at 11 o'clock this morning, I'll bet any amount of money that they're gonna hold an emergency, Indivisible's gonna have an emergency rally, and son of a bitch, at 2 o'clock this afternoon, here comes the email. Emergency rally changed from 5 p.m. to 3 p.m. today. But I think it's been pouring rain, so I don't know. I guess we could ride over there and take a look. Maybe we will. There might be some hangers on her, so I support whoever sits in the office of the presidency. In other words, I supported Joe Biden, and he was there. Carter, Clinton, Obama. I've never changed that stance. Once you're the president, you're my president. At that point, I can only pray that you make the proper choices. You know. That's what I'm all about. Well, by default, of course, I support his actions. Of course. What am I going to do? Protest? Protest what? The overthrow of a cruel dictator? No, I'm not gonna cry a tear over that. I hope that they just have free and fair elections and get on with running the operation. They're only 4% capacity on oil. The people are suffering there for jobs and income. Get everybody back to work. They stole all of our infrastructure, all of our physical plant down there that we invested billions of dollars to into the country. They nationalized that shit. What's going on, Chef? How you doing? Do I think it's going to be an easy road? Hell no, it's not going to be an easy road. It's going to be a lot of difficulties. You got cartel people with a lot of money down there. Yeah, I'm glad. You were sick as can be. So I'm sure it's gonna have its ups and downs and problems. But basically, I feel quite sure the country as a whole will be better off for the action. I mean, ask me if I would have done it, probably not. I just think things fall of their own weight after a while. I mean, you screw your country enough and, eventually people rise up. I'm guessing, Magda, that you're not supporting the action today. There was something I was going to do next weekend. It was going to prevent me from going down until Monday to Vegas. I can't even remember what the hell it is. I don't know. I saw a Magda. There was a really good. I read Emma Goldman's book, Disillusionment in Russia. It was really something. After rereading her essays on anarchism and all that, and how she became totally delusioned. I think she found out why communism can never work. She took a tough lesson. Anyway, I highly recommend it. It was good reading. I mean, she names names. Well, I don't know if she was weak. Not sure. They called her like a, what was it? An enlightened fool. She became an enlightened fool. I don't know why so many bad ideas come out of Russia and Eastern Europe and Eastern Germany. It's just a terrible plague on the world. It really is. You emigrate to a country, you immigrate here, and then you immediately want to start tearing it down. I never understood that. It's just ridiculous to me. Why come here in the first place? Well, the answer is she just glommed onto her sister who came. With her beloved Sasha, broke off and just split out of one quote marriage, unquote. Just I don't know, just a fool. One day, no, they probably won't. One day they'll learn that it's not human nature to have communism and socialism. Nothing survives that goes against human nature. That's the big flaw of Marxism, is that it fails to take into account human nature. Somebody gets a hold of power like Stalin, they have no intention of sharing it. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky health-wise. I just keep rolling along like a damn tank. Anyway, I hope things work out for the people of Venezuela, so that we can continue to have the stunning Miss Venezuelas in the Miss Universe pageant. The most beautiful girls in the world. La boo doo boo, scabba da boo 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 doo. Ba boo boo doo boo boo doo boo boo doo doo doo. Ba ba bee doo 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 doo. Yeah, East Germany, Russia, been such a plague on the world with revolutionary ideas, shitty Bolsheviks. It's been such a curse on the world. Nothing but bad ideas. I would throw Sigmund Freud in that lot too. But anyway, what's your thought? I've got spurs that jingle jangle Jimmy. Where of this $2. That's it. So it looks like the emergency protest broke up. And these people that have restaurants and stuff are just being killed out here by this weather. Just being absolutely decimated. Man, we got the parking cops out here. What the hell? All right, I don't see any remnant protesters here. This was supposed to be the emergency. Yeah, right here. I thought they would. I guess they couldn't get Venezuelan flags quick enough or something. I don't know. I'm just a lover of democracy. That's it. Let the ballot box speak. I'm quite sure the ballot box will be speaking big time in November. All right, we'll take another ride up here, see what's going on a little bit. I think the pawn. I didn't get in there to see what the December deals were, unfortunately. Well, I think for starters, our oil companies should be compensated for the losses that they suffered under a brutal dictator. Beyond that compensation, I think we can be of great help in rebuilding and putting the nation on a more prosperous footing. That's the way I choose to look at it. You know, to take the positive role of, you know, it'll be good jobs. People will be able to party. They'll be able to. No, it was U.S. oil companies. It was Conoco, Citgo. Many of them got screwed over by the nationalization of their infrastructure. So once that's paid off, how you doing, J.K.? I believe we need to have people properly compensated for, you know, for losses they suffered. Then, you know, get things on a proper footing, straighten out, get that. They haven't had any investment in their oil business at all. Get that oil flowing, get some money going into the country. And I think things will automatically take a better course of action there. If it doesn't, well, the consequences will be paid at the polling station. That's it. But I haven't changed one bit from what I said on January 6th of 2024. Whoever gets elected is my president. And as an American, I always stand behind my president. I've stood by Carter. I stood by Obama, Clinton, Biden. Everybody. I'm not about to change now. How you doing, JK? Good to see you. I stand behind my president. Period. Even when Biden was allowing our country to be overrun by thugs and criminals, 300,000 people a month streaming across the border, yeah, I still stood by him. Now we finally have a president that puts the nation first instead of others. So if that's the choice he's taking, yeah, I'm an American. I know some people disagree with that, but that's what makes free speech in politics. Everybody can have an opinion. My opinion carries no weight. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the cartels and everything. They have brought a lot of damage on the world. A lot of damage. Oh God, there are no cartels. Who's running the speedboats out full of drugs? Fishermen with 550 horsepower motors on the back of their fishing boats? Yeah, I don't think so. No fisherman I ever knew was running that kind of gig, get up on the ocean. Woo, man! You know what I mean, Chef? They were flying. That's a tough way to pick up fishing nets, you know? When you're going 35 knots across the water. I'm talking about cocaine, which is still a major drug in the West. And I think we'll see what the indictment is and what the evidence is that the Attorney General is revealing. They were big time hitters in that whole operation. So we'll see what happens. You might have a tiger by the tail. It might be end up being a bad decision. We'll know in the fullness of time. Certainly we've had enough people addicted and messed up over the years on the illicit drugs. So we'll see what happens, Magda. We'll see what happens. Like I said, would I have done it? No, I would have let things fall by their own weight down there. But they're making too much money in the drug trade there. So it's very hard to wipe that out by just waiting around till it stops. So as far as taking the fishing boats fully laden with drugs, yeah, I'm all for that. I just really like the way cocaine smells. Jeez, JK, no cow. You have to get your nose right down on it, right? Get down on it. Get down on it. Well, Magda, we'll just have to see how it turns out. I don't bear the brunt of that decision making, good or bad, so we'll see how it turns out. But once the people feel emboldened enough to freely speak out, you'll hear all the horror stories start to come out. Well, Magda, I respect your opinions. You know, I just say we'll know in the fullness of time what happens. We were just driving around a little bit. It's pretty quiet over here tonight. I'm just going to sit over here and bask in the light. Enjoy my coffee. It's like Iran. Look at that after it's liberated. You don't even hear a peep out of that anymore. They're making money hand over fist. Oh, boy. All right. Shit, don't fall down. Don't fall. Damn, man. Hold on. Oh, man, that thing sucks. That power button is like in the worst freaking location it can be in. So I think that Iran provides a pretty good model of renewing the energy infrastructure there and putting oil on the markets. I think you don't hear a lot of squabbing. Where you're seeing the unrest right now is in Tehran, Iraq. I mean, Iraq has really benefited by the overthrow of Hussein. They've been much more stable, much more money flow. Now you have Iran that's very unstable now. They look like the next one to fall over. Those people, their currency's gone down the toilet every day. They're tired of living in a theocracy that dominates their lives. They've just had it. Was it something to do? It's the I don't know what mystery he's talking about. Trump said will. I'm not sure. Hey, it's Anton Smith rises again. Yeah, Tehran's coming unhinged in Iran. People just don't tolerate for long dictatorships and things. They always come undone. You want the U.S. in a theocracy? Yeah, you want all the policy. I've never talked about women's rights on here. I don't know. You must be confusing me with one of the drama chats one of the boy chats you go to. I'm saying, Magda, nobody likes a dictator, okay? Whether you call Trump one or not, you can see that the Iranian regime is teetering, ready to go down. I wouldn't be surprised if Cuba folds up in the next 10 years. Of course I'm against abortion. It's killing. Of course. What's wrong with that? That's my opinion, yeah. It's not a Christian idea. It's also a Judaic idea. It's also an Islamic idea. It's a pagan idea to kill and to offer children to Moloch. It's not religious, but it's supposed to protect people. It's supposed to protect life, right? That's the difference. Anyway, people have different ideas. That's mine. You asked me. What do you think of eugenics? It's terrible, Joni. I did a whole video on eugenics. The the Sonoma homes here, where they did some of the grossest experimentation with sterilization, and it's terrible. Look at the 1917 movie called The Black Swan if you want to see how terrible it is. Please address the comments there with them. What about the drug lords Trump pardon? In listening to the president today, he said that the evidence against this Honduran guy was not very substantial. I mean, I don't have the inside track on it. If he was pardoned incorrectly, then it's a big problem. How you doing, Delbert? But I don't live in Honduras. I don't know what's going on. Right? Consent in the court. Yeah, in Honduras, yeah. So that's the problem. Honduras is another country that's, you have to wonder about the shit that comes out that they're used to anyway. Now it's running on a more even keel. It's like Trump being convicted of his shit. He would have never been convicted in Georgia or Baton Rouge or North Carolina. You name 50 places. You coming Saturday? I'm not sure. You crickety coming Saturday? There was some reason I couldn't go to Vegas next Sunday, that I was going to go Monday. I can't remember what the hell it is. I'm kind of baffled. It's nice and breezy tonight when the when it's not raining. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you. Holy shit, mystery. Yes, the truck. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's it. I have to take him to the airport. Not the airport, but the bus depot. Thank you. Wunderbar. I'm thinking about postponing the whole thing for a little longer. I don't know. What will your feelings be if he invades Greenland Road? That goes along with the Monroe Doctrine. I don't think you really have to invade Greenland. I think there's a lot of behind-the-scenes negotiating going on. I never saw a need to invade Greenland. I thought that you could just willingly work it out, because I think that the Danes and the Greenlandiers would give you anything you wanted in terms of space or whatever you wanted to set up your stuff. I don't think that we would ever end up invading it. I think that the deal would be done. I don't see them opposing our strategic instance of protection for all of the Western Hemisphere. And I think we can do anything we want over there. I am watching what is going on. Yeah, that's the one that's really riveting me now. Is Iran is coming unhinged over there. These people have had it. They have lived under this shitty regime since 1979. And you know what? They've about had it. What is that? 21 plus 26. What is that? 47 years of that shit. They've had to choke. The two generations have had to choke down that stuff. But you never hear women in the West complain about the way that women are treated in the Middle East and in Iran and those kind of places, that they're second-class citizens. You never hear a peep at them about that. Back when disco was king, they should go the way of disco. Do 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 do. I heard somebody say burn, baby. So there's very selective outrage about what people like and don't like. All these feminists and things. You never hear them standing up for the women of Iran or Iraq or Saudi Arabia. It's like they have duct tape over their mouths or something. But of course I'm pro-life. I've always been. Thank you, Shimei. I always tell people these are my opinions. These are what I believe. Your mileage may vary. So let's give the thumbs up for free speech. Free, unfettered speech. Point is, pro-life and other beliefs are religious values that are it's just basic human values of defending life. It's the same reason we stopped the Aztecs from sacrificing 50,000 babies into volcanoes and shit. Right? It's basic human rights, not religious rights. On a religious aspect, yes, it's a tragedy because it denies that unborn child the certitude of heaven. Therefore, it's a terrible thing. Adoption saves a life, yes. Well, she should choose better then, right, Magda? That's your thinking, not mine. But that's what makes the world go round, a difference of opinion. Hey, Brian, what's going on? I think big mental health problems come attached to that. Huge ones. Where's Elmer? Elmer's all focused on Iran. I see la li ba li bi boo boo scabba doo boo. Ali ba 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 doo ba doo boo boo boo. feels good tonight. It feels like the air is clean, you know? Something about the air today smells really clean. Really clean. Even metal. I've not. It has been absolutely pouring rain. So it's a little too wet to go out metal detecting. A little bit too wet. That front pushed out all the crap pollution. I think it is. I think it's really fresh tonight. Yeah, Amanda Hug and Kiss is still around. Yeah. I think within the next couple months, Tara, I think Iran will fall by its own weight too. The people have just had it over there. They've just had it. I did 30 grams, 14 grams, 4 grams, 10,000 this year. Yeah, Amanda Huggins, she was meeting somebody for dinner. So she had some prior engagements or something like that. We know, Grasshopper. You tell us every time you come in. We know. Oh, shit. Too funny. Outside, couldn't keep up with that down. We had around. It was just terrible around here. I am just really upset today. I'm not going to sugarcoat or lie that I won't ever support. I don't think you ever did you, Magda? I don't know. You know, but I respect your right to support or not support. I fully support that. Normally I'm not this angry. Yeah, I know. I mean, the last time I thought that you were super angry was like when the election came down. I get it, Magda. I get it. But I still value you and appreciate you. You know, you have to see the other side of the coin. That there were times during the Biden administration, people like Insane Chef and whether they're gnawing their hands off. Right? They're having to see the sovereignty of the nation just laid waste. Well, if I don't miss my guess, Maggie, you'll have Newsom coming in, so that should probably put a smile on your face. I'm just a big believer in the ballot box. Let the ballot box speak. Well, I'm not sure who you want then. I want an AOC type. Well, she might be on the ticket. She may very well be on the ticket. She might have a lot of pulling power. Well, I know Bass is terrible. I mean, Bass is like, whoa. I just don't think that they know how to run a city and stuff. They just run it into, there's only one way, and that's into the ground. And I just don't know why people never learn the lesson. It's like the way this city has been run into the ground. The school system, the city budget has just been run into the ground. They get tax increase after tax increase, ballot measure to increase this tax, that tax, and they still are running it into the ground. I mean, when does it end? Probably going to end in Chicago when people say, you know what, I'm not paying the property taxes. I'll pay what I paid last year, and that's it. And that'll probably spread around the nation. And if Newsom is elected, he will have my support. It's just the way I was raised, that the ballot speaks. It's all about being a good person. We fought King George Overman, now we're all taxed to no end. Well, I think Chicago's going to be a test case for that, Noah. I think there's some people that are going to, I think there's some people that are just not going to pay the taxes. Do you keep your support no matter what they do? I do, as long as the person is president, yes. I can't waver in my support. We got border crossings down. We got fuel prices down, sub $4 in California. It looks like inflation is moderating. King Henry VIII come back before. Jeez, Naomi. Wow, honey. That's a little bit raw. You might have missed out on some good presidents. No, yeah, we will be drowning. Well, we've already been drowning in oil, so. Yeah, the air is so refreshing. We got plenty of problem. I hate Henry. What? Because of his food penchant for food, or his penchant to run through wives like Grant through Richmond? Henry, the 8th I am, Henry, the 8th I am. How he treated his family and wives, okay. Fair enough. He had a lot going on. Hey, Leslie, how are you? Well, I hope Magda cools off a little bit. I don't like to see anybody really super upset We find it a lot of precursors that harm the environment. You have to have regulations. Listen to the crickets. Frogs. Oh no, we got a screamer. Better get the Dr. Pepper ready. Let's make sure we're on all messages, everybody. I was on Chop Chat. Everybody don't believe in Yeah, the air is just so fresh tonight. I think it's the wind that blew everything through. How you doing, Ma Rich? I put you in the book of intentions tonight. The Burl Khalifa had the best New Year's show I've seen, Burj I've seen since 2015. I'm glad you enjoyed it, honey. I was rocking out New Year's Eve. The Israeli president said he loved America so much that Trump went and got him and brought him. Oh, man. What's going on, Deja Vu? How you doing? We're just hanging out tonight, chewing the old fat Saturday night. Had a nice cup of coffee. And then we got like our impeachment, 25th Amendment, and Axios after midterms. I can't wait. Shemay, Magda, I hope you're not disappointed, honey. I don't know. If that doesn't come down good, I don't know. We'll have to deal with the wrath of Magda. I never count chickens before they're hatched. Oh, you think the Republicans are going to win midterms? Well, you didn't think that Trump would win the presidency. I'm doing SF best pickup their game. Are they playing now? Well, Lamar Jackson's starting for the Ravens tomorrow, so that's the end of the Ravens season. Want that. No, you said that you came in and people chased you out. You said there's no chance that Trump will win the election. You said the blue wall will hold, and the blue wall crumbled. Now you got Minnesota involved in probably a multi-billion-dollar scam up there. I caught some allergy Tommy Brothers dogs on New Year's. Oh, the Dot Brothers dog. How you doing in his service? Nice to see you. I think every president has low approval ratings at this point. Approval ratings never stay high. Yeah, well, Seattle's a great team, man. It's tough. They are a quality football team. They were top of the division. But 10-3, that's nothing. should have stuck with it. Yeah, they won't, Delbert. They'll goof it up tomorrow with Lamar Jackson, so you can say hello to the playoffs for the Steelers. Well, they had I said at 11 o'clock this morning, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a call by an Indivisible for an emergency protest, and damn it, like 2 o'clock today, the email comes in, attention, emergency protest at 3 p.m., move from 5 p.m. due to weather conditions. Had that subclad K virus. Oh wow, just horrible. Wow, you are the one who has been preaching big time to protests coming. I am inclined. Yeah, of course protests are coming. But the people have lost their taste for protests, Magda. The things that the closing the borders, unlimited immigration is over now. Fuel prices are coming down. They didn't know what to protest for about 5 months here, so there wasn't any protest. The time for protests will be afoot, I guarantee you, Magda. It'll be big, it'll be ugly. 11 days, like respiratory syncytial virus. Wow. Yeah, Iran isn't going to last. It's not going to last much longer. When you steal the country's oil while fuel prices coming down. I think we're the largest oil producer in the world. We alternate with Saudi Arabia. Now we got everything solar, electric. We got gigantic deposits of lithium. Do you think they're going to be able to write a cheer for Venezuela? Not sure what that means. What do you think next 2 years of Trump will be? Well, we're not in the second. We're just started the second year. Oh, a protest. Oh, I don't know. It'll be very short-lived, whatever it is. Because when they start, my feeling is when the Venezuelan people get to the microphones and are able to speak freely, they're going to have massive celebrations in Caracas and other places. And that will blunt the protest. Where more uprisings? Where in his service? If Congress don't oust him, once they get once they get money in their pocket, they're going to be, and they get some nice arepas and things. They're going to be happy down there. I don't think protests are really going to pick up or really going to evolve until people get terrifically injured financially or economically. The pocketbook always drives protests. When people start feeling that their financial future is slipping away from them, then they'll be I don't think it'll be the tariffs. The tariffs haven't had too much of an effect so far. It'll be some type of, the U.S. dollar had a bad year. It's trending downward. It's probably going to be some kind of fiscal calamity. Byrne looked like a fine young man on New Year's. That kid is like 6 feet 9 inches tall. But will it be rough sailing in 2027? Yeah. But it's too soon to say. There's a lot of time between now and November, so anything can happen. Things could be shitty or things could be booming. Of course, those of you know that gold and silver prices have been the absolute worrisome thing for me. They're sending out a signal that all is not well. We just invaded a debtor country for control. It's complicated. Always be respectful in the chat to everybody. Most humans want, yes, absolutely want prosperity, future for their children, and not to be at war constantly. Exactly, Rich. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I got grandkids. One, another one in the oven. Yeah. Yeah, well, Naomi gets a little fired up. I wouldn't even want to imagine what Witty Widow is posting this today. Hey, there's Amanda Hoggin Kids. How you doing, Amanda? Happy New Year. But point is, she don't know about. Yeah, I think Magda's in the United States. I don't think she's overseas. I think that she is a associate professor or full professor of I don't know, women's studies or anthropology, philosophy, something, political science. I can't remember. I don't think that she's inclined to lie. So, yeah, literature. I'm sorry. Yeah, literature and women's studies. Yeah, I got half of it right. I got half of it right anyway. Hey, MR, how are you? The boy, I won't declare my whereabouts. Man, I can't believe how fresh the air is tonight. Does anybody look at the radar to see if we have a blob or anything over Santa Rosa? I don't know. Do you want to know how many have been after my docs over the years? Probably a lot. Nobody in here. I mean, we're not the doxing kind of people. How is your hands? Mine? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. You're a very controversial. You're like a lightning rod magnet. Maybe good music tonight. And people called me up for buying Quicksilver. I mean, I am a fool, but yeah, the boy died in 2019. You don't know this, right? But I was voted trolling. Well earned, Magda. I don't really think you troll. I think that you just speak your mind, and people can't believe that people just can't believe it. I think it's hard for them to really, process or whatever. I don't think you troll people. I always thought you just spoke your mind. Yeah, it's just saying. And, I mean, that's why I value your presence here. We have differences of opinion about some things, but, you know, at least we come from a position where we're educated and can substantiate what we believe. Yeah, I see you Scottish, but I think that they confuse troll with somebody that just speaks their mind. People might not like what they hear. How was your trip to Florida, Amanda? Hug and kiss. Oh, Monday morning. Okay, my bad. I thought you went like yesterday or something. Yeah, I'll probably push my trip back a little bit. Rosie's been here, not intended. Yeah, they're not intended as anything, it's just my opinions. And I always value, nobody ever gets bounced out of here for having an opinion. No matter how much opposed it may be to mine, because you know what? Your voice counts exactly the same as mine does. It intentionally disrupts or provokes arguments. I think as a troll is somebody that attacks people on a personal level, or is like an agent provocateur that just wants to stir the pot a little bit. I think Magda absolutely believes what she espouses. Or no. I just go to get into the sun a little bit, Magda. I always liked Magda. She's always good content when Magda's around. Always, always, always. You don't really find, Magda, to be honest, you don't find many people that are really stridently radical anymore. I mean, we'll grow plenty of them in the coming years when the time is right. But I'm just saying, you're like kind of almost like a lone wolf out there. 92.4 the wolf. Ow, the lone wolf. Man, it feels so fresh tonight. What's the temperature? 56. What? Whitty is against Trump, but I am more radical than I actually educate her about certain political, because she lived for years in the UK. She seemed to grasp pretty quickly. Magda. Her post election were frightening. I mean, she looks like the kind that could just lop your sack off, you know, if you're turned the wrong way in bed one night and the opportunity presents itself. She worried for her children being deported. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Well, you know, that makes a lot of sense. I get that. I mean, my children weren't born here. The Christmas tree for this crocheted skirt. Nice. I mean, I have the right of abode in Hong Kong. You guys come on one night. Good morning from Hong Kong. I think one thing that's going to happen now is you're going to see travel really chill, really, you know, international travel is going to start winding down. I mean, there's shit's getting kind of weird in the Caribbean. Did you discuss politics back in the Boyd years when we did panels and traveled around? I think we touched on it as it presented. In other words, I remember distinctly the first time Trump was elected in 2020, November of 2019. I remember being parked across from Starbucks, the Barnes and Noble here, in the camper van. And we were talking the election that night. Yeah, 2016. Yeah, it was a pretty wild night. I mean, there was a lot of shock. Hillary was drinking and ripping her people a new one. It was a pretty wild night. Chad always started fighting. Oh, the panels would go crazy. It was just too much. Just too much. I think people are stunned at the international savvy and the teams he can bring together. Oda May was a wild. I still see Oda May posting on community posts once in a while. She's a fighter, man. She's a fighter. She's always mixing it up with, oh, I have a membership or whatever. Don't ever offer memberships or channel memberships and shit. If people want to give a dono, they know how to do it. You know, she had a community post. Oh, I supported, you know, I bought a channel membership that entitles me to something. I don't know. I like to be a place where people can speak freely without feeling like, you know, and people unload on me. Amanda Hug and Kiss has unloaded on me many times. But she's still a great backer and a great friend. And when she's not here, we feel the lack of her presence. So I might push back my trip a week or so. I might start earlier and go up to Reno or something, and then make my way down. I haven't quite decided yet. I might make a quick trip over Naomi in the next week or so to Oakdale and Sonora. Oh no. We'll just let that hang out there. Oh, jeez. It's just a beautiful night tonight. I think I would go for a walk. I'm just a little worried it might start pouring rain while I'm live streaming out here. I don't know. I'm shocked there's really nobody around at the restaurants. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think we're going to get a moon, but I distinctly feel like our wind shifted here. Yeah, well, 2026 should be an interesting year. I'm happy to be around. There's been a lot of people that passed at much younger age than me. Yeah, I just don't want a freshette to come up and just trap me here. Cochlear was such a breakthrough. Just wait. Rain to pick up around 1 a.m. All right, thank you, ma'am. Does the radar look clear right now? Am I in the clear? Hey Alex, how are you? Losing G Mangoes was devastating. Well, I don't think he ever recovered from the breakup with his wife. Yeah, I'm not going to go out with scattered showers, so I'll sit here another bit. There's no way I'm going to get caught in that. But the air certainly feels fresh, smells fresh tonight. I think we had some pollution here. Do you advertise for renters or are you not renting? Well, under California law, the Shine Shack is not compliant because it doesn't have a stove in it now. So it can't be rented. So it'll just be, I'm going to put an all-weather system in it so it's comfortable when guests come. If somebody wants to come as a longer term guest, that's fine, something like that. I could put a small electric stove in or something like that, but I do have a 240 outlet where the still is. the new law says you have to have a stove and a refrigerator in there. So I think if I made it comfortable for visitors or people that are on a sabbatical or something like that, that'd be one. No one's trying to run to Venezuela or China, Cuba, brother. There's a reason for that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could make it compliant. Yeah. All right, take care, Shimei. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate you. But I think for the foreseeable future, it'll be for guests. I would like to make that as comfortable as possible for people. Yeah, the law really clamped down January 1st. I would like to put that split system in so that I can also live stream from the Shine Shack. And the other alternative is selling the place, which is under serious consideration. I'm downsizing dramatically now. I'm moving on vintage audio units. Yeah, I want to make sure that they're comfortable. I finally had my first Dutch Brothers today. I really liked it. They do a pretty good job with Dutch Brothers. The bloom kind of came off the operation here. They used to really be backed up. Not so much anymore. But they do have I like their Americano. I think tomorrow night we might go up there instead of 7-Eleven. We might start taking our trade up there and get an Americana. Yeah, it's a granny unit. It's nice, you know, granite countertops, cabinets, a nice bathroom with a separate heater in it, and a sink, microwave. Sometimes guests like to have their own space and stuff. And you don't have to worry about them. Like, okay, you know, if I got to go on a job to repair shit, I don't have to be there. Hey, Megan. You ought to get the crazy weather with the flooding here. I know, it's been awful. I know. Oh, wow. Nice to see you, Megan. Yeah, it needs a little bit of refreshing Scottish, but I'm going to wait for a really sunny day that's 60 degrees or above. I helped a homeless person and I thought of the bird. Well, good for you. I try to help people all through the year. But that's very noble. Oh, that's really nice. Hey, Kelly. That's nice. That's great. Good for you, Ma Rich. Wonderful. So what's the score of the Niners game, Kelly? Because if the Niners don't win, then the road of the playoffs goes through Seattle. And that is a brutal place to play football. I'm starting to see some raindrops on the windshield now. Megan Knapp, thank you, sweetie. Another Happy New Year. Let's ghost hunt at the fireside. Yes. Wouldn't that be cool? I wouldn't mind booking a room down there and doing some ghost hunting down there. I really like that area down there. Next week I might make the trip over to Sonora by way of Oakdale. Stay at the Gun Inn, Gunn, or the Sonora Inn. Oh, I hear a screamer. Yeah, that would be good. Let's see if I can set that up. I don't know. I'm probably going to push it off a week or so, Amanda Hug and Kiss, because I pick up the truck Sunday. I'll probably have to spend a little time. On the 11th, I pick up the truck. God knows what shape or what that'll need. Yeah, I might, like the following week, my brother's going to be in San Francisco, so I just have to see how it's going to work out. I just haven't put it together yet. I still might go down the 12th and come back the 19th. Run the truck down to Vegas. Yeah, I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm trying to piece it together. I go back for my annual cancer check, and I'm going for a long. Good for you, Ma Rich. I'm happy to hear that. You know, I have a lot of doctor appointments coming up and all that. Monday's another allergy shot, and then Thursday my GP, my family practice physician. Probably get a shitload of blood work done. So I would say the odds are probably 70%. I'm going to go down to 12th and then come back to 19th. Wouldn't be doing too much at the church or anything because it looks like on the schedule Father's going to be away for a lot of that week. So probably just help out at the morning feed. And then do a lot of street streams. Have another fun time with Mary Ellen and Sam. Hang out with the Z-Man. Have a barbecue. The weather should be pretty nice. Long as it's sunshiny and I climb up to the high desert and there's not a cloud in the sky, I get the biggest smile on my face. Woo! For me, at this time of year, I go for the sun. And I think if I think correctly, I think Mr. Z said he had another cool place to explore around Vegas. So I'm excited about that. Coming to west to find you. You mean coming west to find me or coming to west to find you? Yeah, 759 Dutton Avenue, Santa Rosa, 95407, Grasshopper, just in case. I don't want you to tax your brain. On the street of shattered dreams. Which means what? Bad game tonight means what? Means what? Low scoring. Hey Deborah, how are you? Happy New Year, babe. I don't know, Ma Rich. What am I gonna do with all these oranges? What's the score now, Kelly? Yeah. Shit. People waiting for the train. So what are you worried about? Yeah, I just don't use enough for that. I'm not even touching claims of American imperial, but I would recommend investing in U.S. and Petro. Yeah, I don't. I've made marmalade before and ended up just throwing it out. I just don't use it enough. Oh, well, happy birthday, Kelly. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kelly. Happy birthday to you. That's a screamer. It's a screamer. Yeah, happy birthday, Kelly. I mean that, babe. You're a good kid. Yeah, I think that might be cool, Megan, to do a little ghost hunting or whatever. I think that'd be a grand idea. Just remind me, maybe just throw me a Gmail or something, just to remind me sometime in maybe February or something, maybe March. End of February, I got to fly to the East Coast. Yeah, I got your email, babe. Yep. I will reply to that email. Yeah, I'm always up for a good ghostly experience. Sloppy Joe chili tonight, easy. These oranges just make it difficult. I'll probably end up just juicing them and having fresh juice, which is great. I think Elmer's an agent. Orange is just a very difficult, it's traditionally been very difficult for me to figure out oranges. The best thing I made was the Sicilian whole orange cake. Believe it or not, you just cut it in half, pull the seeds out, and then throw the whole rest of the orange into the food processor and then put it into the cake. It was absolutely delicious. Rind everything. Probably the best orange cake I ever had. Yeah, it's called the Sicilian whole orange cake. I never thought it would. I said, come on, whole orange with all the rind. This chick's got like a halter top on it. It's 53 degrees, raining. 11 tonight. What's going on, Icy? There's Laguerre. Will this be the year I go to Laguerre? Da, la do 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 do, la do 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 do, la da dee 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 da dee, ba 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 boo boo boo, la do 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 do, ba 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 boo. Baba Louie, boo boo, boo boo, ding, 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 ding. Laguerre. Les chandeliers de la Vec. La homme de tout le monde. Man, I struggled with French in high school. Well, the teacher smelled like rotten onions or wool dress. It was awful. This Elaine Ominsky, a month in her class, she's like, oh, you're nothing like your brother was. That's right, baby, it's going to be a long year of fun and chills and fun and laughs. I'm not my brother, Mr. Straight A student. What's going on at the Machote? Not a damn thing. Yeah, my older siblings cast long shadows, and it was just, oof. It was a whole new ball game when I came in. I mean, a whole new ball game. Saturday night in the hood. I've been a great guy. She just never washed her dress, and like she rubbed it with raw onions or something. Oh, I don't know though. She wore a wool, just terrible. She had a real heavy pear shape, you know. It was just, it was revolting. Absolutely revolting. Alright, this guy's back parked here. Let's try to get in. We got the psychotic light going again. The neighbors must really hate that thing. Yeah, happy birthday, Kelly. Yeah, I remember that too. They don't use deodorant either. Starting to turn into a lake around here. Ba ba boo 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 doo doo. Dee boo 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 doo doo. Cats, the cats, the cats, the cats. There be Goliath. There's Magic, built like a tank. Out and see. Out, you freaks. Well, Kitchen Stadium's kind of taking a beating. But you know what? It holds up because it's been engineered. This tiger's lurking that little fat head somewhere around here. All right, be out in a couple minutes. Maybe the cats are being overfed. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Hi, everybody. Skywalker. I think you're eating too much, y'all. I think you're eating way, yeah, they're huge, man. I'm worried. They're all getting fatter than hell. Maybe we should have a shape up. Magic. 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 Tiger, you slob. Tiger. Tiger. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You look like the back of a barn. Gotta be put on a diet, like ASAP. You need to diet in a big way. You need to slim down. Stop the insanity. Susan Crowder. Oops. You gotta take this guy out for a little bit. The human clock. The cat clock. Alright, you go eat. You're a slob. You are un slob. They're just they're getting too hefty. No growling. No growling. Growling. Hey Ken, growling will not be tolerated. From Simba. Yeah, they're just getting, they're so big, man. They're so big. I love Under Armour. It's amazing. I don't have the jacket, but I have the hoodie. It's amazing build quality. It's really nice. I like it a lot. No, I was gifted them. Here, got to make sure Simba gets his chow. Yeah, I like the build quality. It's good. Disenchanting, I really like. People with 6 teeth defending people with 8 yards. Welcome to America. So point what happened USA. I'm not sure what that means, Ned. Hey, good life off grid. How you doing, Helen? Wave high. There we go. Back to your feeding. I want to see that tail wagging. Like you're all peeved. Growlers, growlers, growlers. Yeah, the cats are too heavy though. They're getting too fat. That wind is something tonight. We finally switched the wind to the west-northwest here. I got a new, Cindy Russo gave me one a couple years ago. I finally put it up, and it's holding up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. I've learned how to put them up so they don't come down, despite high winds and everything else. Ooh. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Scottish. Oh, that's why I never really get too close. Oh, I don't know why the air smells so good tonight. There is a bit of a break in the clouds, but I don't know whether that's blue sky or just something really gray cloud. I don't know. I'm not sure. Look at this one. Like all he does is eat and sleep. That's it. That's his whole life. That's why we call him Goliath. Ooh, put that paw right on his head. You're gonna get another paw on the head. He don't care. He don't care. You can slap him, claw him, dig your claws in, he can still eat. That's why we call him Goliath. Do do do. Magic. 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 All right. Let me get in your face and growl. Oh boy. Let me get in your face and growl. All right. All right, so the problem we have is we got a surfeit of oranges here. Oh, man. That's the basic problema. So I guess maybe we'll juice them. So let's get our juicer out. We got a pitcher too. This is really nice for juicing. So why don't we go ahead and juice these. We'll also throw a, how you doing, Carrie class? So let's put these over here. Yeah, those cats might be eating too much. I don't know. They're just not really active cats. They're eating all around the area, all around the neighborhood. That's the basic problem. They're eating everywhere, not just here. Let me see if I can get out the juicer. I don't like to clean the thing, but I like to use it. Like, wouldn't mind having fresh orange juice tomorrow. Had this baby for a while. Alright, let's wash off the parts a little bit. The only way to really do it, have a pro level juicer, especially if you have a large crop. It's a nice way to go. Wet hands. Let's plug it in. Thank you, GFI, for tripping. Okay, so we got that. Next, we need to get our cutting board up. Let's see this. I don't think this is going to be better for viewing. I don't know. I love to have a big cutting board. Japanese are lucky. All of their chef knives are single bevel. Here in the West, we have the double bevel. All right. Yeah, at first I didn't like it, and then I got to like the size. It's nice to be able to go out to your own orange tree. And these aren't even Valencia oranges. But we have so many navel oranges. Why not? All right, let's start with these. And these look beautiful. Beautiful. What beauties, man. Very lucky I got this place and turned it into a working orchard with specialization in citrus. I love this time of year. Ding dong, ding dong. There we go. That's a good start right there. I have 3 knives. Well, I was gifted bought one set and then gifted another. All right, we're going to put these over here. Okay, because we're going to, as this fills up, we're going to have to empty it into the juice holder. This baby was made in Italy. Like, this is going to be noisy. Yeah, let the juice flow. Let the juice flow. These aren't as juicy as the Valencias. They're more of a juice orange, but these look plenty packed. We get all that goodness out. And some people, you could make candied orange peel. I've done that before. You just boil it down, boil it down, boil it down, and then spread it out on a baking sheet. Yeah, everything's organic here. Okay. Well, it's not Friday night. I mean, we're not in the octave of Christmas anymore. So that means our liquor is just on Friday nights. All right, we're about to do our first empty here. That is a joyful sight right there. Okay, there's our first bit there. This ain't no Gordon Ramsay operation. But you have to stop and clean this thing out once in a while. It gets choked with pulp. So I like to empty that. That pulp also is easy to make into a jam or something. I can put that back on. I have to curse and then to be Gordon, yeah. Yeah, I watched a couple of his videos today. There's a hotel called the Connaught in UK, and he was trying to revitalize or something. The dinner menu, and this poor female head chef. Just, I checked years later, she was long gone from that place. They don't tend to stick long with old Gordo. I don't know. Not from what I've heard. People interview him later. He's a person that does not believe in positive correction. He believes you'll remember longer if he yells at you. Here we go. Second load. Isn't that a thing of beauty, ladies and gentlemen? Man, if you had a little bit of vodka tonight, you'd have yourself a hell of a Harvey wall banger. Little grenadine. They charge so much for orange juice in restaurants. That, who needs it, right? All right. Ooh, these oranges are good. I like to eat them out of hand too. Yum, yum. All right, let's empty this thing again. The big restaurant machines have like a self-clearing thing or something. I don't put anything down the sink except soap and water. All right, let's get some more cuts. All right, they're nice and clean. So we'll get a good quart out of this baby. And that's a really good way if you have too many oranges, which a lot of people, most people don't even pick their oranges off the tree, or it's kind of sad. They either get too big to pick them, or they just don't even care anymore. So probably 95% of the fruit that you see around here is just wasted. Nothing ever becomes of it. And I don't think having a working Rancho, you want that to be the case. You have to treasure what the Lord and nature gives you. One of these nice that is. Wow. I can't tell you how good that is. Oh. Deliscable. All right, let's do another juice unload. There we go. That's a lot of juice coming out. Take it to the next Catholic video, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna be freezing it up. There's a special process for frozen concentrated orange juice. You just can't throw this into a freezer. Yeah, citrus doesn't freeze well. That was a little dinky one. Dinky, dinky, dinky. It is a lot of juice. You ought to see when we squeeze Valencias. And it's fresh. And it's delicious. I do throw a Splenda in it just to sweeten it. Some people put a tablespoon of sugar. Depends what your taste is. Let's do another dump here. It just flows. Rose, froze, anything goes. Come to Mr. Ray's for the greatest in hair weave. Down on North Avenue. Rose, froze, anything goes. I'm Mr. Ray. Get your hair weaved today. 1422 North Avenue, Baltimore. Amanda Hug and Kiss hates that accent. Yous can have styled hair today. I'm Mr. Ray. All right, we have juiced a lot. One last one. So delicious. I'm going to put the peels in here. If you wanted to make candied orange peel, you would cut this up and boil this with about 8 cups of sugar. And gradually the skins would get, they would lose their bitterness to it. See all that. But this cat ain't gonna do that, I guarantee you. All right. Pour this in there. I've done that before. I got videos on that, making orange marmalade on the channel. People think they want it, but how much toast and stuff you gonna have to do? All right. We can just let that sit there. All right. Let's unload our last bit here. Get it all out of there. Perfect. And that was our about a half a gallon tonight on there. And that was like 18 oranges or something. They're not even the proper juice oranges. Get this baby scrubbed in, well. And that's how you juice it. Cleans up real well. It's a really good juicer. I like it. You got to have yourself a good container to put it in. And I got this Italian one, which is great. Let's get this thing off too. And everything breaks down real nice to wash. I like that. All right, we're gonna put that aside. And citric acid is good for antibacterial. Hell, Gordon Ramsay couldn't have done any better. Yeah, this is an Italian-made pitcher. All right, we're gonna put some Splenda in it to just give it a little more tad sweetness in there. Pour that in. Let's shake that up a bit, and then we'll sample a bit, see where we are. This tightens down real nicely. Does a nice job. I think Splenda is amazing for you. All right, let me get let's get a juice glass. And let's try a bit. Here. Splenda is not erythritol, which is the bad one. Splenda is made from sucralose. Sugar. All right, here we go. It's a really nice jar. We're going to have a little bit of a juice treat. We're going to pop this in the fridge, and we're all set for some good enjoyment with some nice fresh OJ. Oh, what a feeling. Orioles baseball. Cheers. Oh, wow. It's at room temperature. It'll be nicer when it's cold tomorrow. But let me tell you, delicioso. Very, very tasty. The 49ers lost, so now the playoffs go through Seattle, not San Francisco. Oh, I hate honey. I can't do honey. I can't stand the taste of honey. There's nothing wrong with Splenda. Sucralose is fine. All right. Erythritol is the one that's and aspartame. Oh man, that was good. Holy smokes. It's not good for keto, but it's good for the soul. Good for the soul. All right, let me get set up in here. The psychotic light is still on. Let's see. Power on. Power on. And that was delicious. That'll really help you fight off illness. Fresh orange juice. It's Delilah. I wonder if KZST is going to have Delilah tonight. Hi, what's your problem?
Groceries or gasoline or so forth.
Brought to you by Rake Central.
Okay, and you spend it.
Now you've been talking in your sleep. Oh, oh, things you never say to me. Oh, oh, tell me that you've had enough. Oh, 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 oh. Just give me a reason, just a little bit of love. Just a second when I'm broken, just best and we can learn to live again. It's in the stars, it's been written in the scars on our hearts. When I'm broken, just best and we can learn to love again. Sorry, I don't understand where all of this is coming from. I thought that we were fine. We had everything. Your head is running wild again. My dear, we still have everything. And it's all in your mind.
Yeah, me, I have a hard time figuring out what to do with oranges. Because I'm a vintage audio restoration and collector. Each one of these units represents a significant milestone in audio history. In other words, they're not random. Oh, nice. All right, so we have no more liquor except on Fridays. Why I'm into radios? Because I enjoy restoring and rebuilding them, especially the tube equipment that so many people want these days. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Some people collect cars, some people collect coins, some people collect stamps. I just love it. Oh.
The Wolf.
102.7 The Wolf. Do we have Delilah tonight? This thing's all out of calibration.
This is how 2026 starts. With 2026 songs in a row. Only on 100.1. Keys.
No Delilah.
Hey, I'm blind and bad decisions. That's
Man, that fidelity is so good.
Welcome to my silly life. Mystery.
The holiday celebrations continue. Yeah. I'm not going to be outside anymore in shitty weather. That's for darn sure. How you doing, Melody? If anybody wants to call in, let me know. Teach for free. You have to be pretty good at math. It's very cozy. Because you have to calculate, sometimes you have to be able to calculate and figure out the values of components that can't be read anymore by using E equals I times R. We're not just wiping the dust off these units. I sent Scottish a video link today of where her of the restoration of the unit she's getting. Well, this has to do with electrical theory. Inductors, chokes, intermediary frequency transformers, RF transformers. We gotta get some peanuts. Hey Gregory, we're just chilling out a little bit on a Saturday night.
On one hand, Bob has the 80s. On the other hand, he has the 90s. And on yet another hand, he has whatever else. It's pandemonium. And it sounds like this.
Burning down the house. Burning down the house. We're not going to take it anymore. got to order something today so the speakers would be easier for her to set up. Unfortunately, it's coming from overseas, so it's going to take a while. Poor Phil Collins is in bad shape. I think the guy's mostly dead or something. Hey, Scottish has been with me since 2019. She's never asked for a damn thing. She's been a great friend. She's consistently had my back. That's a lot of years of loyalty. Yeah, the original mod, that's it. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up if you're just coming in or enjoying tonight. Yeah, loyalty like that on social media is, you know, it's not something you see a lot of. You're not a pain. You've never been an unfair person. But, you know, you are a redhead, so people gotta take that into account. Scottish Bigora, man, yeah, I mean, Scotland, out on the moors, yeah. You go in and be a point, Scottish, you know, it's took man, you know, 22 points per pint, and you're fucking gonna get it. What? What are you fucking daft, man? Are you daft, me boy? Are you bloody daft, man? They're crazy, Rosie, yes. Or maybe it was just her. Maybe it was your camera, I don't know. Melody. This channel's boring the hell out of me.
So sad to watch good love.
Ooh, KJZY.
It's summer swinging with the Everly Brothers.
Sitting in my loud seat, it means I am begging for your hand.
Boing, 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 boing. It's gonna be a country night tonight. I gotta have my fifth of 4 roses. Some nights you just need a little bit of country music. Had the nerve to show up at your house. Country music is always telling a story. Like David Allan Coe. Yeah, toe-headed child. That doesn't mean you have a cho on your head. But I think it's T-O-W, toe-head. More to Muriel and the gang. Drank a little too much and show up at my house. And my old man was there on the porch to meet you. And it didn't end well. Shot a man down. Oh, man. I like it all. Get a little dobro in there. Froggy.
Here's a country throwback on Froggy 92.9. Don't rock the jukebox.
Here's a throwback for you, Ma Rich.
My heart ain't ready for the road storm.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Don't rock the jukebox. Maybe a country song.
Oh, George Strait, baby.
Before you drop that boy, keep one thing in mind.
Before you drop those drawers. Before you drop them drawers. Ooh. Ooh. No, I don't think it's Randy Travis. I don't think it's George Strait either. I'm not sure. A country song. Do. I'll be back in a minute. Checking on the cat. Yeah, with the legs up in the air.
Rock and roll, and your heart's been broken. You saw it slow. There ain't nothing like a steel guitar down in memory. Before you spend your money, babe, play a song for me. Don't rock the jukebox. Wanna hear George Jones? My heart ain't ready for the Rolling Stone. I don't feel like rocking since the baby's gone. So don't rock the jukebox, play your country song. You don't rock the jukebox, play your country song.
And legs in the air, baby. Throw out these peanut shells. Pardon me.
Sun's gone down since you got gone. I bet you think I'm still sitting here alone.
Dude.
Like a whiskey lady staring at the keys left on the table.
Hey, Glenn.
Tell you, baby, but you got it wrong.
I haven't seen that though the longest time. Mama trains, trucks, prison, and getting drunk. I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. David Allan Coe, the most misunderstood country singer. Nice to see you, Gling. Happy New Year. I haven't seen it in the longest time. Remember Billy Joel used to be something. He's another one that's had like big time health problems. Right? The fabled wall of sound. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Cat Stevens. Became some Mama Mustafa or something. I don't know. Yeah, he went hard Muslim. I wonder how deep he went. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I wonder what happened. I don't know. Very intrigued. I don't know if he ever did any more music again. I don't know. I don't know if he ever made another record. I got no idea. Mustafa Bubaba or something. Longest time. Whoa.
You're listening to the first 2026 songs of 2026.
He is Yusef Islam now. Okay. Do you think you will ever go back with the Mrs. I don't know. You know, who knows what the future holds? Elmer said he's not Muslim. Ooh, you got plenty of Turks in Germany there. Plenty of Turks. I've been on the lookout for speakers, kind of went floor speaker. Yeah, you might want to wait till the unit comes and then give it, you know, you don't have to have great ones. It's a great unit. I would hit the thrift shops and stuff. You always get. Well, we still get along great, Melody. I mean, I see her every time I'm down in LA. Pardon me. Yeah, Elmer's like, no. Yeah, you don't hear much from, yeah, everybody appreciates it. Yeah, it's really good, yeah. You don't hear much from Alicia Keys anymore. Yeah, I would just hit your local thrift shop, have a little bit of fun. Just get a little pair of 8 ohm speakers and you're gonna be good to go. What I would do, Scottish there, I would get in as cheap as I could get in. He studies the Quran. He nearly drowned in a pool and then converted. I wonder why. Yeah, I like country music. I like country music. So that's what I would do, Scottish. I would go in really cheap. Thrift shops always have lots of speakers banging around and everything. And what the hell, I would just get a pair of speakers and just start from there. One of the dangerous things about
Sonoma County is Howard
vintage
Park.
audio, it's very easy to start to get,
KCST.
you know, too deep into it and stuff, and you stop losing the ability to enjoy the music. You start to become like a gearhead, right? And one of the things that I could never get into, Scottish, because I put all my effort into rescue and restoration, so I never bothered about the listening experiences and things except when I was demonstrating. I always thought there might be a day I would put my headphones on and sit back and listen to Mozart's Concerto in D minor or something, or the Moldau by Smetana or something. Yeah, a lot of Turks in Germany. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, nice. You collect cassettes. I rebuilt a cassette deck, double deck, for a friend of mine in Texas and sent it down to her. A nice Marantz dual cassette deck. I enjoy restoring them more than I enjoy listening to them. Right now you're listening to a 1962 Lafayette LT81 tube tuner with a 1959 True Test 5 vacuum tube amplifier here. So we got 1961 and 1962, right? There's the amplifier up there, and there's the tuner. That's another tuner I use once in a while. I don't even think I got it. Hell, do I got a... Oh, I do got an antenna. That's cool. My specialty is tube equipment. Pioneer has my heart. Pioneer is excellent stuff. Still commands a good price in the marketplace. The stuff that's really not that collectible is the Kenwood. And Sony's coming up very rapidly. People are recognizing how well built Sony products are. The STR series. Some people did videos, some of these big vintage audio channel. Oh, the Marantz is dead. No, bullshit. Marantz still commands. Still commands.
This is Sonoma County's radio station, 100.1 KCST.
I got some nice Kenwoods, but they're not my favorite unit. I got a beautiful Kenwood tuner. It's probably the best solid state tuner ever built. I don't think I'll ever get my money out of it, but it was amazing, amazing units. this broad. Oh, we barely know Turkish. No, you barely know Germans anymore in Germany, Elmer. Those Turks took over the country. From the river to the sea, the Turks will be free in Germany. I don't know about the Kenwood. Happy New Year, Char. We got something like Material World. Bite me. It's a Material World. I don't know. Yeah, the voice was very grating on me. She'd be like a one date chick in my world. Probably Scottish, I'll pass that down. Yeah. Good night, Ma Rich. I was an usher tonight. Good night, Ma Rich. I was going around with the collection basket every Saturday night. I'm in a material world. All right, we get it. 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 Oh, Roosevelt, you're so fine. I don't know how I stood the 80s, but there was a lot of cool stuff in the 80s. This wasn't one of them. Tawny Katane, yeah. Who's the one at the Bangles? Yeah. Belinda Carlisle, yeah. I could name it. How you rate Fisher? I rate that the pinnacle of American vintage audio. That was the peak. Avery Fisher was the peak of it. New York City, 1962. Hence the Avery Fisher Music Hall in New York City. I have 4 Fishers, 400C, 800B, 500C, and I got one more. I don't know what the hell it is. Walnut cabinets, original. Fisher was the pinnacle of American, that and Zenith. Zenith, Magnavox, Motorola. That's a 1961 Motorola stereo console. That's the Madman unit. Considered the finest ever made in America. 3 channels, left channel, right channel, and a dedicated center bass channel with a solid walnut cabinet by Drexel Furniture of North Carolina. you take your time, Scottish. I'm not going to be on that much longer. But oh, Magnavox was good too. I have a Magnavox in the Shine Shack, the Astrosonic. Very good. But the taste, everybody's taste varies in there. Some people like the Sears Silvertone. Made a good unit. 10 iconic 80s women. Sears Silvertone, Montgomery Ward's Airliner,
The first 2026 songs of
Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
Happy New Year from Ungaro and Sons.
It's commercial free.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Imagine a radio station playing 2,000 songs with no commercial interruption. I had an Onkyo. It'll never really be vintage stuff, plastic. You know, it never had the following to really stand out. It's like Luxman. Right, there were some great, I mean, like Harman Kardon is a great one. If you can get your hands on any HK gear from the 70s and stuff, it's nice, very collectible. H.H. Scott's a good one. Dynaco. I have Nico. I just, you know, I think I sold the Nico unit. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. Did I sell the Nico unit? I don't know. Yeah, I got 2 Marantzas there. And I got another Marantz I'm working on. Yeah, I think I sold the Nico unit. I don't know where the hell. Yeah, I just didn't care about Nico that much. But a lot of people love it. A lot of people like Realistic by Radio Shack. Some of their stuff in the 70s and 80s. Command's Top Buck. Really big money made by the Japanese under Realistic name for Radio Shack. Yeah, highly collectible shit. Highly collectible. Especially the top of the line with. People just have different tastes, but there's some that are just mainstream, always going to be super desirable. Yeah, Zenith was in Chicago. There was an engineer called Elmer something in 1963 or something at Zenith that finally figured out how to put broadcast stereo over the air. And that was a huge breakthrough. You know, how do you put 2 channels on 1 frequency? He really, because stereo had been around since the late 50s, but you couldn't have broadcast stereo. You could have synthetic stereo that was made like in Fisher, the 800B, which could handle modern stereo and what I call synthetic stereo. You would open the paper in the morning about radio shows coming on, and it would tell you, like, tonight Firestone Theater is going to present the New York Philharmonic. If you want to hear it in stereo sound, tune your AM dial to this station, and then tune the FM dial to this station, and you'll have two different source broadcasts coming out. And the unit would put them together in a synthetic stereo. That's why some of my units have an AM and an FM dial. Because it was a huge technical problem to solve. So a guy named Elmer, an engineer at Zenith, solved that. Unfortunately, Zenith went out of business in the 80s because of pressure from cheaper manufacturing overseas. Zenith Marquee as a kid on Kennedy Expressway. Yeah, Zenith was a great name. Magnavox, a great name, started out of Oakland. Magna meaning great and Vox meaning voice, great voice. A beautiful name, and especially consoles. I mean, if you had a Motorola console, you really had something. Well, a lot of it's on my channel. I've done a lot of history of Marantz and Fisher, and a lot of history has been covered off. Tomorrow, Melody, is my, I finished my 13th year on YouTube. Starting year number 14. I love studying history. I've done videos, Melody, on the great Amy Semple McPherson out of LA, and the Angelus Temple in Los Angeles. The first real radio preacher. The first real radio preacher. Amazing story of the woman. I was in the mountain, I love music, but now I don't. But no, I don't, or now I don't. Yeah, you should get in those playlists. Also on the Rosie Murphy channel, too. I mean, some women have made super significant contributions to radio. The very first radio broadcast was in San Jose, and it was just one block. A husband and wife hung an antenna aerial out the window, and broadcast the first radio down there. You could hear it from one block. And Amy Semple McPherson started the Foursquare Gospel movement. And she also was the subject of the great movie Elmer Gantry with Burt Lancaster. It was a takeoff of her life. She was the first one that really did it up on radio. People would write her from all over the world because the broadcast would be getting out and overseas. Yeah, that's cool, Melody. I know it's a lot. And believe it or not, I took down about 4,000 videos. I had almost 30 million views, but I had to take down about 10 million of them. That's why people get hung up on subscriber numbers. The real deal is how many views somebody gets. That's the real thing. Elmer, you had Deutsches Grammophon over there. Gramophone was a huge radio operation. Records. But it was all pioneered in America with Western Electric speakers for theaters. And, yeah, I don't know, Melody. The story goes on, right? Another chapter opens. How do I not be a sucker? It's something I enjoy doing, Melody. I don't do this for the money. I don't have channel memberships, Patreons, all. I don't pimp products. I just do this because I genuinely enjoy it. And I have a big mouth. Uh-oh. Yeah, Deutsches Grammophon. This is Radio Berlin. Good evening, Americans. Every funny guy, you seem to find it, yeah. I like to get every ounce of living out of life. Well, it looks like the Niners, I guess, lost tonight.
100.1 KZST.
Yeah, Luxman is good. I had a Luxman suckface, Andre. It was the only unit I could never get restored because I couldn't get the face. I didn't have, I was so frustrated. You can see the videos. Just put Luxman in my search box. I couldn't get the face to retract and come out. It was terrible. Good evening, Radio Berlin. Dankeschön. Gute Nacht, Amerikaners. This Radio Berlin. Be good to others when you can. The golden rule. That should govern your life. Ooh. Is the world a better place with you in it or without you? Well, Melody, you're an amazingly well-spoken person. I've got to fix my hedge trimmers. Every time they get something in their teeth, it just stalls. I might have to sharpen all those damn blades. Excuse me. It's going to be a kitchen. It's going to be a hillbilly repair shop. That's the one that cut off the tip of my finger. Split like a hot dog. It was hanging down in 3 pieces. Man, how many nerves do you have in your fingers? Let me tell you. That was the worst. You know what, Scott? I still feel nerve damage in that finger. I could barely sleep. I don't know if you probably can't see it, I don't know. But you can see some faint scarring there. Where it cut like a hot dog, it opened up and... It was like, hello. Okay, and I just taped it back together. It's like when my cap came off my tooth, I just super glued it back on. which explains my brain damage.
You're listening to
KZST.
CST Santa Rosa, powered by Sonoma Clean Power.
Now you fucked me over. This has the R-rated version. Just to give you a heads up. Gonna do the times you fucked me over. Yeah, we've had some injuries here on the Rancho. You can't run an orchard in the ranch without having injuries. We got to figure out what the hell to do. We got to solve this irrigation crap once and for all. Even if I have to get out there in the pickaxe and dig and get these lines buried. I'm so tired of, I must have dug up and repaired these lines 20 times over 13 years or whatever. Oh man, that's my most daunting challenge, is always irrigation here. Because Melody, you know, it gets dry and hot in summer. A cheap drinking glass from the van, I broke it, was took out about it. Yeah, that'll do it. Glasses can, man, you'd be surprised what an edge of a glass could do. Sometimes I'd like nick my finger when I'm, you know, working with a knife or something. Damn. No matter how careful I try to be, because I use a knife a lot for cooking and like tonight, cutting up the oranges and all that. So, no, I haven't dug that up yet because I'm looking at a bigger solution. You know what I mean, Scottish? I'm looking about taking some measurements and just, you know, rejigging the whole damn thing. You know, it's either that or I can't let Tio do that. He'll get everything all left up out there. Chunk back in and healed back up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm just tired of digging up leaks and fixing them. One year I'm going to do the whole back Melody into a huge 50 by 100 foot garden. Yeah, it would save me a ton of work. I just have to figure out an intelligent way to do it. Whether to have pop-up heads that just spray water all over, or whether to have a drip system. I get so tired of being a mud rat, getting down there in the wet mud. Oh, man. Anyway, it kind of makes it fun. It's challenging. You know, I got to do some fence repair out there. But I hate to do that stuff in winter time. It's just, you know, I'd rather just, you know, hibernate for a while. And then when spring comes, yeah, it's sunny. Then I get a little more motivated. Now I'm focusing on minimizing my life. Downsizing, I think they call it. You know, I got a easy chair that's worn out here. I got you know, deck furniture that's really shitty. It's kind of nice furniture. It's held up, but I need to get some new cushions for it and everything. Yeah, I don't have to do any. Really, irrigation season doesn't really begin until really June. Even a half acre for me, Badger. Well, it's more than a half acre, but it's a lot because I have an active orchard. One of these years, I'm going to put in a massive. It's going to be all homesteading with canning and growing and. People think it's easy. Oh, it's great to have land. No, sometimes it's a problem. Right? There's always the thing that I found most about being on the Rancho and running a Rancho, there's always something that needs to be done. Right now, the hedge trimmer needs to be fixed so I can chop the citrus trees and get them bushing out sideways instead of vertical. So, well, I like having the land because you got to understand, Bob D, I'm not in the country. I am right smack in the center of a major city here. So land is extremely scarce here, to the point that I have to consistently worry that they are going to take the land with eminent domain. Because they like to, it's got to be housing, we need housing. You have underutilized property there. We need to have it forced into conversion for apartments. The whole property is zoned for multi-family dwelling. You can put up a 12-unit apartment house on the back. The only thing that prevents that is that I have an apple tree and I have a fig tree back there. Therefore, it classifies as a farm.
You can take KCST with you anywhere you go, but you need the all-new.
So they can't touch it. It has one of the last working wells in the city. Hey, Elmer, good night. Red wine. I'm just not a red wine drinker. So by keeping those trees back there, it keeps it is considered a working farm and orchard here. With the conditional use permit that allows the distilling of alcohol. I won that in 2012. No, I don't want any more fruit trees. Yeah, so many projects. No, it's not going to be years before it happens. Certain developers target certain areas of the city. Sad to say. And all the land has been taken around here. So this place, you fly a drone over, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And that's like the guy that has the apartment house behind me. I didn't even want to put him onto my land, but he had to come over to talk about replacing the back fence. And all he could do is look around. He's like, oh, this would be ideal for expanding the apartment house up here. Hey, this guy is, good night, Mark, thank you. This guy's got that's all the guy can keep talking about is, oh, I wish I had more units. You know what, guys? It's so hard to park in this neighborhood as it is right now. Yeah, they would force a sale through, you know, an appraiser would come out and say it's worth this or whatever, and that's it. They grant an easement so you can come in through the big gate and down, you know, a new road there and all that shit to the back. These people are really slick, Melody, really slick. You got to keep an eye on these birds. Right where they have the exchange bank here, they want to put up a 10-story apartment tower here. Can you imagine that in this neighborhood? I think it already went through zoning, but they got busted on money or whatever. So you got to keep an eye on these birds. That place between the post office and the library, yeah, they want to put up like a 20-story tower there. Well, I'm not going to sell them all, Naomi. There's some I'm not real attached to, honey. But I think about my kids and,
100.1
you know.
KCST.
Melody, you're too much. There's some radios I definitely want to hold on to, Naomi. Like the very first unit I ever restored right there, what the hell was the thing called? What the hell is it called? The FM80? The Hampton FM80 tuner with the tuning eye. It was made by some obscure company out on Long Island. Lost the house in the city for Sandwall. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Huey. It happens. I keep thinking I want like a giant screen TV or something there. And then I thought, I never watch TV. Yeah, they're all ugly, wine country. They don't give a shit over there. Right off of, you know, Colgan Creek and all that crap. They put people in like sardines over there. No, it'll be an entertainment system. I will probably keep the shelf and just put knickknacks on it or something. This city is just the definition of ugly. Yeah, I'm considering moving into the new development area we developed after the mobile burned down. I put my nice. You should see when I did my, if you ever look at the series, Melody, called the Great Santa Rosa Fire playlist, I have some great videos there. One of my videos was nominated for the London Independent Film Festival. And I walked through that mobile home, Journey's End Mobile Home Park, the day after when it was still warm. I was out there that morning with a camera until the cops and the National Guard came. The Hilton was still on fire on the hill in the Fountain Grove. And I walked through there. I still have a pair of scissors from the Journey's End that I picked up. I picked up hardware from Round Barn that burned to the ground, the Fountain Grove Round Barn. Bolts and screws and hinges. There's so much cool stuff to see on that Great Santa Rosa Fire. Yeah, we all miss the red round barn.
Your soundtrack for 20.
Yeah, well, I went through Journey's End,
26 songs in a row.
and it was terrible. People died in there.
100.1 KZS.
And I would see just a a little wind vane that was still spinning or something. And I'm like, wow, I never saw such devastation in my life. You know, when you tell people 6,000 homes burned down in 6 hours, they're like, no, it's not possible. I saw it all. Mark West, Journey's End, on the other side of the freeway, all in there. I never saw Fountain Grove, the hills. How long ago is it on video? All you have to do, Kathleen, is just go to my tab that says playlists and go down. You'll see the Great Santa Rosa Fire of 2017. You'll see like Fountain Grove, Mark West. I go around all the sites. And that was before the National Guard could get there and close everything off. I was out there in the morning when shit was still on fire. I mean, I was picking up pieces of melted guardrails that turned to puddles of... It was terrible. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was traumatizing for me. People thought that I had PTSD. They thought that... I'd never seen it. They thought that profoundly affected me. I've been to floods in Guerneville, covered that with people's, all their goods on the side of the road. That fire in 2017, no, that was moving the length of a football field in like 5 minutes. There was hurricane force winds driving that down over the hill. I mean, Charles Schultz's wife had to flee for her life. Husband, wife jumping into the pool, and the wife dies in the pool and shit. It was terrible. That was the first time in history a wildfire got loose in a major American city. I never thought it would happen again, and then the next year, Paradise, California burned down. We thought it was never going to be the same living here. Now we've had, 2-3 years of good rains in the fall. I'm always happy when we have like an October rain before Halloween. Then I know we're probably not going to have fires.
You're listening to the first 2026
Yeah, that's cool.
songs of 2026. Commercial-free.
She's done a lot for the community. Unfortunately, she moved on to Santa Barbara. But she still comes up. I mean, this was Charles Schultz's home for 40 years. Yeah, from the Angaro family to you. Go F yourselves. Happy New Year.
Until 7 a.m. Tuesday, January 6th. Over 5 days.
Wow, this is 5 days of commercial free.
Angaro and Sons. Trusted home service since 1932 on 100.1 KCST.
Anyway, it was very... I couldn't believe how bad a fire could be. So I was totally prepared for Lahaina in Hawaii. I was totally prepared for the Palisades, Pacific Palisades, Altadena, Malibu. Didn't move my needle one bit. I know when that wind gets behind it, all the wood in California is super dry. Boom, just explodes. Everybody's built butt cheek to butt cheek. There's just no chance of, you're gone. So nothing surprises me out here. Nothing. I'm lucky I live in a low fire risk area, so my property insurance is still relatively reasonable. And that's even after somebody ran into the house and took out the corner of the house in 2014. Some dope in a BMW. This has been a most interesting life and a most interesting property here. Chronicler of our times. I've certainly covered a lot of protests and stuff. I've been in somewhere I got the royal boot, right? And I don't, you know, Melody, I never editorialize when I cover a protest. I just walk around. But sometimes people look at the side chat, oh man, this guy's got right-wing guys on there, you know, like right-wing Trumpers on the side chat. I can't help who's on the side chat, dude. You know, you get 1,000 people watching you. What the hell am I going to do? Oh, don't be impressed with me. I'm just a goofball. I mean, my curse is, may you live an interesting life. And it's about to take another turn, too. What the hell time is it? Well, it's 9:19. Nothing wrong with Trump. Love him. What's up, Kale? Ooh, no, I just said when people happen to see the side chat, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, man, they're after me. I had to retreat to the high ground. And I wasn't even editorializing. I wasn't doing anything. Sometimes discretion's the better part of valor, though. I could have been beaten to a pulp, but that was an angry crowd. I can't remember what that Oh, Kale, you're too kind, honey. I can't remember what that protest was. It was something earlier in spring of 2026. Maybe it was cutting federal workers. Yeah, because we had like the congressmen up here, and they were, you know, Jared Huffman, and I don't know who the hell it was. Maybe it was, I don't know if it was Elon. That was a little earlier. I think it had to do with Doge or something, cutting the workforce, cutting the cheese or something, I don't know. And all of a sudden, you know, I became the show. And let me tell you, when you're live streaming and covering an event, you never want to be the show. Yeah, hey Cobra John, yeah, it was Doge. You never want to be the show, you know. Yeah, I did a lot of mornings at Tesla, and I had some problems there, but not too bad. And then people at this were like, I know you. I know what you're about, really. You have people in this county are very good at projecting. Very good at projecting. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. Immigrant, yeah, it might have been immigrant sweep or something. The guy was, all of a sudden he was looking at my live stream. I didn't notice. Oh, well, this guy's radical Trumper. The what? I wasn't even paying attention to the side chat or whatever. Then I became the show. The guy's following me with the camera, right? Oh, man. I've had witches cackling on top of the 3rd Street parking garage. I've had more crazy shit in this county. Oh, Kale. Wow, honey. I'm surprised that they don't throw a coffee on you. Really, I mean, the people are so many people are so brutal in that town. That in Portland. Wow. You know this. They want free speech for themselves, but not anybody else. Run into real dummies. But I'm going to continue to broadcast my life. Tomorrow is my 13th anniversary tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I've had 2 beers tonight. I'm satisfied with that. No more liquor. The octave of Christmas is over. Yeah, 13 years tomorrow. Started on January 4th of 2013. Yeah. Ooh. It's been some great years, lots of content and shit. So. Well, I don't know if they'd be proud of you, but I've certainly enjoyed it. I wouldn't be doing this for the money, for sure. I've been well supported and continue to be well supported, which is wonderful. And I hope it proves to people you don't need to have channel memberships and Patreons. Just keep bringing the content. That's it. Keep risking life and limb. I got a Samsung S23 coming. I hope it's going to be Melody. I hope it's going to up my live stream game with better cell tower acquisition. Ooh. It's a major step for me from the Note 10 up to the S23. That's a big leap. That's huge. Ooh, so we're going to hope that works out okay for live streaming. We're going to hope that the technology really improves. The 5G should help a bit. I've never had 5G. Oh. Yeah, well, thank you. You're sweet. I really just want better live streaming. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and close it down. It's been a great night tonight. I came on about 5:30. I think it's about 9:30 now. Will you be taking a break during the initial change? Not really, Cobra John. I'll be doing that transition right through it. So, love you too, Kale. Thank you, honey. I might take a break when I go to the East Coast, but then again, I always say that, and then I always bring content. I might take legitimately 5 days off when I go to the East Coast. I don't know. Anyway, guys, yeah, I know you will, and I appreciate you, Cobra John. You've been a tremendous friend and supporter to the channel. Chicopee is a great town. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here tonight. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, we're very deficient in thumbs up tonight, way below 100 here. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please take a second to do so. To my long-suffering moderators, who are the best in the business, thank you so much for being here. Remember, kindness goes a long way in the world, especially in 2026. We live in very turbulent times right now. You can make the difference in a lot of people's lives. So think about that tonight. Anyway, guys, the world is what we make it. Thanks for being here.